Hello, I'm Andrew McKay of Remax here in Wasaga Beach. People have been asking why was real estate deemed an essential service under the Ontario COVID-19 state of emergency. It's the 30th of March, and firstly I just hope you will all safe and well with your families in your own home. Now most of us at the moment have got no interest in real estate at the moment, in buying or selling a house. Save for maybe looking at open houses, virtual open houses online, virtual tours, which we all like to look at houses. We all spend enormous time on the internet looking at realtor.ca and just wishing or planning for the future. However, there is a group of people who need to sell now, and that's why real estate was deemed an essential service. I've got some notes here which I'll keep referring to because I don't want to give you any misinformation. They've asked, can they sell their house or buy a house? And the answer is definitely yes, but with provisos. Realtors, we can still actively get ourselves involved in buying and selling. We can review homes of interest online with you, answer questions, even negotiate the purchase and the sale of a home all online. But a noted change, and I quote this, in the interest of public health and safety, has restricted a realtor from accommodating a person-to-person business activity for the time being. They're trying to reduce the number of face-to-face meetings to stop the spread. This is inclusive of any physical viewings of a home unless it's deemed essential. Now, essential is the crux of the matter. Where have we got it here? The OREA president, OREA, Sean Morrison, confirmed the intent of the essential status is to ensure homeowners with closings coming up, people who've bought and need to sell to afford it, and sellers that sold and have to buy or have nowhere to live will be able to transact and don't suffer. This is what makes it essential in these stressful times. The real estate industry was already doing a lot online, as you know. We could that's my dog. DocuSign, which is a way of signing. We can send virtual tours, we can send photos, so the nuts and bolts are already in place in the main. And also we're going to find more and more that offers may be conditional on somebody actually viewing the house at a later date, and the sellers may be conditional on the sellers actually finding a house. So yes, you can buy and sell. It's essential. If it's essential, you can buy and sell, and those are the caveats. So how does this work? And again, loads of notes here just to do it. We make sure any buyers or sellers actually sign a waiver stating, and I've got copies of them here, for a seller they have to say they've purchased a home unconditionally and must sell their home for financial stability. They're being relocated for employment purposes. They're just in general financial distress, will suffer more hardship if they don't sell, or they've suffered a physical disability and not able to function in their present home. Similarly, for buyers, what makes it essential? There's a final inspection on the home they've purchased. They've sold unconditionally and they need to find somewhere. I've purchased a home and must complete a home inspection to meet the requirements of my contract. Again, employment, they've been relocated, and again they may have suffered some physical disability and need to move. Both people, buyers or sellers, will have to sign a questionnaire, a contact questionnaire we're calling it, before they view a house or before they allow people into the house. We need to know if you've travelled outside Ontario in the last 14 days. Have you been in contact with, cared for anybody who's been diagnosed with COVID-19? Have you been in contact with anybody who's travelled outside Ontario in the last 14 days? And more obviously, are you or any of your immediate family experiencing cold or flu-like symptoms, especially over the last 14 days? So those need to be signed, and from that us real estate agents can deem the viewing or the selling is essential. Moving on from that, if you need to get an appraiser in or a home inspection, again, another form, another waiver for that gentleman or woman to, that person I should say, Trudeau would be telling me off, that person to sign. Same questions. Have they been in close contact with anybody who's tested? Have they had suffered any flu-like symptoms? Have they been out of Ontario in the last 14 days? Exactly the same. Have they had close contact with anybody who's been out of Ontario in the last 14 days? So, we're trying to make sure that everybody is safe as possible when they go into somebody's house. There will be the necessary precautions. The real estate agent will make sure there's gloves, hand sanitizer. Sellers can leave all lights on, all cupboard doors open, closet doors, so people touch as little as possible. That's the key to it. So yes, you can buy or sell your home. Now, the process after that will be the normal purchase agreement, but we do finally have some special clauses for the current situation, the COVID-19 clauses. Electronic signatures on both sides are agreed to, so people don't have to meet face to face or face with their lawyer. A paperless closing, again, so all documentation can be electronically sent. Just get a bit comfortable there. Keys will be left in a lockbox, so no physical going to an office to pick up the keys. Requirements close. This is a critical one. The parties herein acknowledge and agree that they are required to close in this transaction, notwithstanding any impacts of COVID-19, save and except the closing of land registry offices and all financial institutions. So you're going to close unless the registry office closes or the lender's closed. If that's the case, there's a clause relating to delay of closing if third parties are unable to close. The third parties being the land registry or the lender. There will be an agreement that, how to best word this because it's quite a long one. Basically, there'll be a delay. Both parties realise there will be a delay until those institutions can open and the closing can complete. Both parties agree that this delay won't exceed 21 days, what agreed between them. So there is an end to it. People can't try and get out of a deal because of that. It's just there may be a delay for 14 days, 21 days, waiting for one of the institutions to reopen. Delay of closing and title insurance. This will allow you to take possession. You may not close, but say if the government, let me word this properly for you. The provincial government, in response to the current COVID-19 pandemic, realises there could possibly be delay at land registration, and that would affect the actual registration date. Now, there's an agreement that if funds have been transferred, the lawyers can basically say the deal is closed apart from registration, so you will get possession as long as funds are transferred. Automatic delay of closing if either party is quarantined and cannot sign. Self-explanatory. If somebody unfortunately has got COVID-19 and you're quarantined, then the closing will be delayed for that 14-day period and you hopefully recover. And again, as I said, we have clauses in if the buyer wishes to get a firm offer conditional on them viewing at a later date, and or the seller will accept the offer but conditional on them finding a place to live. A lot of information, some of it confusing. I hope I've helped a little bit. If you've got any questions, please do contact me. Take care.